Hopefully you can hear the music. I had to turn it down some. All right, I'll give everybody like a couple of seconds. I joined late. Hello, hello. All right, y'all can start by standing up on the end of your mat. We're gonna do some, they're kind of sun salutation variations. It's how I start every Wednesday class at least. Reach up, so I want you to elongate that spine. You're tucking your tailbone under, and then you're gonna let it pop out. So push those hips back, walk down, hold a plank, and breathe. You're gonna lower down all the way to the mat, lift your chest up, and you can use your back and just lift a little bit, or you can push all the way up if that feels comfortable. You want your hips to be touching the floor as you do this. So if you feel like you're up here, then lower it down a little bit. Come all the way back down, rolling onto those toes, pushing up, or on your knees, pushing up, push back into down dog. Hips push away. Your tailbone is untucked as you're doing this. Tuck tailbone, round spine, untucked, not around spine. Breathe, push the ground away. Walk your hands back to your feet. Lifting up. Breathe. Hinge hips back, come down, back to plank. Now we're doing a little bit faster, coming down, lifting chest up, down on toes or knees, push up, push into down dog. Breathe. Walk hands to feet. Come all the way up. Hinge hips, down, plank hold, lower, lift that chest. Lower down, toes or knees, push up, push into down dog. Walk to hands, right at it again, lifting up, pushing back, walking out, lower, lift, and down. Onto toes, up, down dog. Breathe, walk back to hands, up, hinge hips, come forward, plank, lower, lift, down, push up, down dog, and walk back. I want y'all to repeat that. I'm gonna adjust my camera a little bit because it kind of looks like it's cutting me out of frame. So you're going from top, you're hinging from your hips, come down into down dog. There we go. Plank, much better. Plank, lower, lift, down, push up, down dog. Breathe. Hold in down dog. We're not walking back up quite yet. That was our last one. Breathe. Push the ground away. You're going to come forward into a plank. Drop to your knees for just a second as you watch as I do this. You're going to be in a kind of hovering child's pose to plank. So you're going to go from hovering knees, so knees are off the ground. You're going to push back like so, and then come forward into a plank. Push back, forward into plank. Back, knees bent, forward into plank. Back and forth. I'm inhaling as I go back, exhaling as I come forward. Inhale back, exhale forward. Inhale back, exhale forward. Keep your core tight. As you come back, don't let those hips sag or come up. Your core should be right in the middle, like you're holding a plank the whole time. Breathe, let's do one more. Back, stretch, and forward. Lower those knees, rest those arms. You're on your forearms, and you're gonna tuck your right elbow into that knee, so the inside of your knee, and you're just rotating open, look up towards that hand. Breathe, bring it down, Switch sides. This arm is now elbows going in towards the knee. Open and rotate. Breathe, bring it down. Elbow inside of that knee, rotate. Elbow inside of that knee and rotate. Breathe, bring it down. Keep rotating back and forth. Back and forth. Good. Up. Back and forth. Now your hands are going to come forward. You can stay on your forearms if you want. It will make it harder. Or you can go onto your hands and then go onto your forearms so you can adjust how hard it will be. But you're going to rotate your left leg up to your left hand. Kind of jump that knee back or come onto your toes. Either one. Either you jump that knee back a little bit so you're stretching out this right leg, or come all the way onto your toes. You want your ankle and your knee to be in alignment. So however you can do that. You can walk your toes up if they don't quite swing all the way. Hold here. Breathe. Open towards that knee. Breathe and hold. Now take this elbow, rotate it in, and rotate it out, just like you were doing when we were kneeling. Rotate in, rotate out. Rotate in, and out. In, and out. In, and out. If you're on your toes and you feel like this back leg starts to sag, go ahead and drop that knee and do the same thing. Rotate in, and out. In, and out. Last one, open. Bring it down. Drop that back knee. If it's all not dropped already, let's swing that leg back. Let's bring our right leg up. Right leg to right hand. Again, either scooting that knee back or coming onto your toes. Reaching and opening. Breathe. Rotate it in. And open. Rotate it in. And open. Rotate. And open. Rotate. And open. Breathe. Again, if you need to, if you're on your toes and you feel like you need to drop that knee, go ahead and drop that knee. Breathe. Two more. Last one. Bring it down. Rotate that knee back. You're going to go onto your forearms, and I want you to round your back up and then arch it down. So untucking that pelvis, rounding the back and then tucking that pelvis again. Back and forth. This is just giving our wrists a little bit of a break. You can of course do this on your hands, but you'll get same motion, same exercise, regardless if it's on your hands or your forearms. Breathe back and forth. You're untucking the pelvis and tucking it. Breathe. One more. Up. And down, come onto those hands. Now we're going right into a down dog. Pushing our weight back, pushing our weight into our hips, our heels. Doesn't matter if it doesn't touch the ground. If they're hovering, that's okay. But remember, you don't want to tuck your pelvis. You want to keep it untucked. You're pushing the ground away. Breathe. And hold. Good, let's walk these hands back. Come up, hinging hips, walking out. Push into down dog. Hold for a second, then walk back. Come up, push hips back, come down, push into down dog. Walk those hands back, come up, hips push back, and out. Breathe. Lots of down dogs today. It's kind of a theme I was going with, I guess, without even realizing it. Sometimes I plan the classes and I'll plan it around a central move or moves, and I don't even realize that I'm having another central move, like down dog for this one. You're just walking back and forth. We're doing 2 more. Up, push back. Breathe. Stand all the way up at the top. Hands come into the middle. Roll your shoulders back and breathe. Close your eyes. I want you to breathe with that 1 to 2 ratio. 2 seconds inhaling, 4 seconds exhaling. Try to calm that heart rate down. Breathe. Open your eyes, hinge from your hips. You're coming forward, back into a down dog. Just kidding, no. You're going into a plank, and you're gonna watch as I do this. So feel free to drop a knee if you would like to, just as you watch as I do this. There's a couple of variations like I always give. So with this one, the harder variation will be on your toes, the easier variation will be on your knees. We have done, if you've taken any of these classes before, variations of this movement. So for those of you who followed along from the beginning, you'll probably recognize these. So we're bringing our knee into our chest, which we did something similar last week, but we did it at a different angle. This week we're bringing our knee to our chest, and then we're doing a cat-cow kind of with it. So where it'll make it difficult is if it's on your toes. So if you're on your toes, it will look something like this. You're in a plank, wrists are in line with your shoulders. You're actively pushing the ground away, elbows are kind of driving towards each other. You'll bring your knee in and then lift it. Okay, so you're pushing away. So if you think of cat-cow, where you're pushing the ground away, this same motion, that's what you're doing. So you're doing this and then cat-cowing it up, okay, and pushing it in. Now to make it a little bit easier, because that is a harder variation, you bring the same leg, you're kneeling as you do this, knee comes in, push away like you're doing cat-cow. Same thing, it's just you're on your knee instead. We're gonna do 10 on each leg, so it's gonna get kind of tiring, I know. I will give you a break before you do the other side. So you'll do 10 on one leg, then you're gonna go to child's pose, do 10 on the other leg, all right? So find your position, whichever one you want. Make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Bring your left leg in, tuck it up. Tuck it up, bring it back down, step it out. Breathe in, tuck it up. That's 2, we're all on the same leg. 3, tuck it up. 4, tuck it up. Good. 5, tuck it. Bring it back. 6, tuck it up. Send it back. Good. 2 more. 1 more. And relax, go into child's pose. Let those wrists and those shoulders relax. A lot of the core classes that I teach, it's a lot of shoulders involved as well. So it's really a core and shoulder focused class. Breathe, close your eyes, do that 2-second inhale, 4-second exhale. Breathe. 2 more breaths. When you finish with those 2 breaths, we're going in on the other side. So when you're ready, you can follow along with my count, or you can do your own. You're doing 10, and we're doing it with the right leg now. So you're coming up. Hands, again, your wrists underneath your shoulders. If you notice that you're feeling really sore in your wrists, you can do it while you're kneeling, but you won't have as much room, so it might make it a little harder. It can be done. It just, again, might make it a little bit harder because you don't have a ton of room. All right, come into the position and go right for it. Remember, tuck it up, push away. That's 1. Bring it in. Tuck it up. That's 2. Breathe. Tuck it up. That's 3. Don't forget to breathe, guys. That's 4. 5. Remember that little tuck at the top. 6. We're over halfway. 7. Bring it down. 8. Breathe. 9. Good. And 10. Bring it back. Ooh, relax. How's that feel, guys? Give me a heart if it feels good. It is. Ooh, I am tired. All right, y'all, rest in child's pose. So come down, do that 2-second inhale, 4-second exhale. Close your eyes. If you don't feel like going into child's pose, you can simply sit at the end of your mat and breathe. Trying to calm that heart rate down. It wants to freak out right now, right? Our central nervous system is feeling taxed. So calm your breathing down, get control of that breathing. I have good news and I have bad news. We're doing 1 more round. That's the bad news. But that is also the good news because it means that we're not doing 3 rounds. We're only doing 2 rounds. So it's a little good news, bad news sandwich. So when you feel ready, take a few more breaths. You're going to come back up and you're going to do the same thing starting with your left leg. Again, 10 on either side. Now, if you're like, man, I'm ready. I could just go right into it from my left to the right, then go for it. You don't have to do this little break in between. I am doing it because I want your wrists to have a chance to relax and to not get overworked. But if you're feeling strong, you can go right into it. All right, let's come back up. Left leg coming in, pushing up. That's 1. That's 2. Breathe. That's 3. Remember, push away. That's 4. That's 5. Bring it in. Push away. That's 6. That's 7. 8. Almost there. 9. Last 1. Good. And relax. Again, if you're feeling ready, you can go right into that right side and do the 10 on the right side. Otherwise, find child's pose or sit, close your eyes, inhale for 2, exhale for 4. Relax your shoulders, whether you're seated or you're in child's pose. On this breath, go ahead and come back up. We're going right into it with our right leg. Bring it in, tuck it up, back down. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. That's 7. 8. We're almost there. 9. Come on. and 10, and relax. Back into child's pose, back into a seated pose, whichever you prefer, closing those eyes. Breathing 2 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Shoulders drop. Let your arms just kind of feel like noodles as they rest. Take a couple more breaths here, but watch as I go into the next set of exercises. So today, we're switching around, and again, I said a lot of down dog. We aren't doing any more down dogs, woo-hoo. But we are doing more stuff for our wrists. So if your wrists are bothering you, I'm going to show you a couple of variations, 3 different variations for this next exercise. We're going to start with the most difficult and work our way down. So this one is a little bit of balance as well. You're going to have your feet hip width apart, not close to your butt. You're going to have them stepped out far enough because you're going to come into a tabletop hold. Now this is a lot of shoulder mobility. Your shoulders are very warmed up right now, but some are going to struggle with the mobility of their shoulders. So lifting up like this is not going to feel good. So I have an alternate that y'all can do. For the harder ones, if you have that shoulder mobility, you're going to take your right hand to start with, left leg. You're going to come up, reach and touch, reach and touch. You're going to alternate back and forth. And you're going to kind of hold. We're not doing a full tabletop. It's kind of like a crab walk, all right? So it's a little like you're looking like a crab. So your shoulder mobility shouldn't come into play unless you want to go higher up. You're going to kind of keep this hold here, alternating toe to opposite hand, like this, all right? Now, if that's just like, no, I'm not going to do that one, right? Don't feel comfortable doing that one. You can do the same thing with your butt on the ground. So you can reach and reach like this. And you know what? I'm going to change it up. We're actually going to do the same leg the whole time. So it's going to be the same reaching. I wasn't planning on doing alternate. I just did it in the moment. So we're going to do all the same leg. If that, again, doesn't feel like it's good, you can do these instead. You can even just stay here, knee tucks in. I will warn you, if you get to the exercise that's after this one, that's also going to be an alternate exercise. So if you do that here, you might also do it in the next exercise as well. So choose which one you want. Harder variation, lifting up, like so. A little bit easier, but still hard. Reaching, or V-ups, okay? So you're choosing. You're doing 10 again here, holding here, and reach. 1, 2, all the same leg. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Relaxed. Take a second. We're going right into it on the other side. We're not going to take as long of a break on this one. Come up, find the position that you started with on this side. Do it on the other side as well. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Relax. Breathe light all the way back. What you're going to do in between is these lovely little windshield wipers. Knees just falling from side to side. Like this. Arms are out like a T. Arms can be on your chest or your stomach. As long as your shoulders stay on the ground. You can hold it too, a little bit longer from one side to the next. So you don't have to go as fast. Sorry, I'm like out of breath as I'm trying to talk. Knees falling. Breathe. Let's come back up. Right back into it, guys. All right, whichever one you started with, do the same one, or maybe try a variation of it, any of the variations of it. I'm going to do the same one that I started with. And 3, 2, and 1. We're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax for a second. Breathe, deep inhale, long exhale. Let's go on to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can tell I'm starting to get tired because I'm starting to lose my balance more. All right, lie all the way back. Bad news, guys, we're doing a third round, or good news, depending on if you love that exercise. Maybe you do. But we are going to do a third round. So right now we're just lying back. Let those legs shift from side to side. Breathe. This one's for all the ladies out there, but if you have a hair in a ponytail, no wonder everybody puts them so high. When I put them on the middle of my head, it's like an awkward little pillow for the back of my head when I'm lying down flat. Struggle is real. Alternate those knees back and forth. Take a couple more breaths before we go into our last round. Breathe. And come up. Right back into it. 10 more on each side. Let's lift up. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come down, relax, take a couple of breaths. 1, second breath. And right back into it, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come down, lie all the way back. We're going right into those windshield wipers with our legs back and forth. Breathe. Come back to the middle. We're going to stretch out our torso just a little bit. You're going to come into a nice bridge. We did these, I believe, last week as well. You can hold your lower back, squeeze those glutes, but you can go ahead and give it support. I'm kind of moving my elbows underneath me, so the weight of my torso, my low back, is kind of resting in my hands. I don't have to work my glutes now. They're just resting. Breathe. Of course, if you want more of a stretch, you don't have to use your hands. You can just squeeze those glutes. Lift it up towards the ceiling. Drop it down nice and slow. Now you're going to keep your hands right on the front side of your legs, on your quads. And you're going to lift up and down. We're not doing a big motion here. I don't want you to use momentum for these, but you're lifting up and then coming down slow. So your hands are touching the tops of your knees and they're coming down. Breathe. It's all with control. Go as high as you can, and if that's like here, that's okay. You don't have to be all the way up. Your core is tired at this point, so it's not going to be as strong as it usually is. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Lie back, go into that supported bridge. Breathe. You can even sway your hips from side to side. Breathe. Bring those hips down. Hands again on the front side of that leg. And lifting up with control. You'll notice I'm exhaling after I come up and I'm trying to control the way down. It helps me to focus on the exhale as I lower down so I can control the tempo that I want to go. So if I'm focusing on my breathing, my body will follow suit and it'll go nice and slowly down. Got 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Oh, relax, lie back, holding those hips up and breathing. Breathe. Good. Come down. This is our last one, guys. Hands on your legs. Let's lift up. Come down with that control. Up. Down with control. Up and down. Three more. 3, 2, and 1. Relax, just lie back, feet come together, knees fall to the sides. Close your eyes. Your hands can be rested on your stomach. They can be rested out to the side like a T. If your low back is bothering you, instead of having your legs open, you can bring your feet wide to the edges of your mat and then just let your knees fall in like I am doing right now. So if you don't know what that looks like, go ahead and take a look. This is nice and relaxing for your low back. Breathe. Exhale, go ahead and bring your legs back together. Let's come up. I ended up not doing that other exercise, guys. If you're wondering about the other V hold I was talking about, save that for next week. You are going to bring one leg straight forward. So your left leg is going to be straight forward. Your right leg is going to be bent and it's going to come over your left leg. So what that looks like, Left leg comes forward. Put your hands behind your back just to start so it feels comfortable. Your right leg, you're picking it up and moving it to the outside of your left leg. Now my toes are about in line with my knee. You know, you can bring it up a little bit closer, but it shouldn't be on your knee because you're going to be pushing on this leg. So you don't want it to be on your knee joint. So it needs to be above it. Now, if you can, you're going to come up off of your hands and sit up straight. Now, that's not always the most comfortable pose for everybody. So if you are feeling tight, you can just keep it here and twist with this hand. This hand's going to go behind your back anyways. So you can just keep more of a lean back, and you can twist and look over the shoulder. If you can come up all the way, you're going to lift up, nice straight spine, take your left hand, bring it to the inside of your knee. Now your elbow can be on the outside of this knee, or you can just hold. Let me show you all what it looks like on this side. So you're still doing your left leg straight. I'm just switching so you can see. So either your elbow comes in here, or you can hold down the side of your leg. You can also just keep your palm open when you twist. So whatever feels the best. Put that arm there, get it in position. Your right hand is behind you, it's propping up your back. Again, if you're tight, you could be further back. If you're not as tight, you can be closer. Twist, so exhale, twist, and look over that shoulder. Breathe. Twisting as far as you can. Reaching, looking over that shoulder. Exhale, unwind. Switch legs. Get that hand in the correct position that you want. Again, closer to your body. Keeps it a little bit more intense. A little further away makes it a little less intense on your back. So just you can choose your level. Bring it up, twist, exhale, look over that shoulder. Release. Go ahead and bend your legs about hip width apart. Your heels are about hip width apart. You're just going to put your hands behind you. I want you to round your back. Not round your back, I'm sorry. Open up your chest so you're arching your back, and then you will round your back. So round your back, tucking the tailbone, untucking the tailbone, opening the chest. Breathe in and out. One more. And at this point, you can lie back, you can do legs up the wall, you can go onto my Instagram page and follow that guided meditation that I have on there. It's about 7 minutes long. Ooh, I hope y'all enjoyed. I already feel tired, so that was a fun one. If y'all feel like donating, you don't have to, but it is definitely appreciated. Links are in my bio if you choose to, but again, it is not necessary. Thank y'all for joining me. I'll have class on Saturday, so that's the more athletic one. It's kind of similar to this one, but not as core focused. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and hopefully you don't get too sore from this. I'll see y'all on Saturday. Bye.